Yeah. Should we start? All right. Bienvenue to the podcast where we discuss conspiracies. I bring theory.
And I bring skepticism.
We're not saying these conspiracy theories are true.
We're not saying they're not true.
We're just here to pick at them. I'm your co-host, Tierist Heltroot.
And I'm Aurelius L. Clayton.
This is the Metal Hat.
In some ways, they are retarded, and in some ways, they're geniuses.
All right. I thought that we should have a mini episode because something's come up that I thought was rather interesting. I think we've all seen the guy who went around his toilet paper storage facility, lighting it on fire.
Oh yeah, that guy. That's what was he? Pay us enough to live, or
all you had to fucking do is pay us enough to live.
All right, yeah, we're on the same page.
Pay us not enough not to do this, right?
Yeah.
So then the charges come out.
Right.
$500 million worth of product damage, $250 million building, 1.2 million square foot completely damaged, gone away. And not only is he getting persecuted for state crimes after he's done serving time for state, the federal government's going to go after him.
Sure.
So my question is, why the fuck weren't there sprinklers or insurance to cover all this? What is happening?
So there has to be sprinklers to cover this, because to have a building like that, like it's first of all, it's code in the USA.
Right.
You have to have these things. Yeah, huh?
That's what I thought.
This is insurance fraud.
Yeah. This is not this guy.
This is insurance fraud, because, you're right. So you have to have these sprinklers, which would have shut this shit down. I mean, unless he shut them down. But I don't think you can do that.
How do you bypass a sprinkler system?
Well, I could turn the water off by all means, but I'm not sure it works that way. I think the water is probably connected to some main that you don't have control over.
Exactly.
I don't actually know. But the idea, I was wondering, because I saw those numbers too, and how do they choose the value, decide the value of those products? Because I saw what was in there. And even if I'm buying these at retail at $4 a fucking piece, that was not $500 million worth of toilet paper. That's retarded. This is like when the police say, that's our cat. Hey, buddy, what do you think about this? Tell me what you think.
Do you think it's fraud, or do you think it's real? Yeah, I think it's fraud too.
We agree. So like when the police pull someone over for drugs, they're like, we got 2 ounces of marijuana valued at $11 billion street value. And they always just come up with some fucking insane number.
To make the charges.
Yeah, to make it better and everything, all of that bullshit. So I think they definitely did that. But then just based on what this guy did and how he did it, they don't want more people getting any fucking worker ideas.
Any ideas,
yeah. And they don't want anybody else to do anything like this. And so I think that's why they stacked all of these charges, like, because what I saw is that they were doing a charge for each individual fire.
Yep, they sure were.
Which is like, shut the fuck up,
right.
you know? Yeah. Like he made one fire for the building that just happened to have multiple ignition sources. So they're just trying to stack these charges, and then, of course, to make an example out of this guy, they come out and they put that press conference where they're like, "We're going to make an example of this guy."
Yeah.
So none of the rest of you better not fucking think anything.
Not do this.
Yeah, shut your mouths and get back in your fucking machine, you filthy little cogs.
So here's the thing. I think there's 2 things I think could be going on. One, definitely insurance fraud because of sprinklers, et cetera, et cetera. Plus, they're going to want that value repaid back in insurance money, right?
Right.
Another thing, they don't want you to know that even if they had insurance, that it didn't really hurt anybody. That it was a victimless crime. Nobody died in this fire. Nobody got hurt. And if they had insurance, what they're required to do, they get paid that money back.
Which that's another thing too. So this was, I remember hearing the numbers again. I don't remember exactly what they were, but it was like it's more than 1 million square feet in
1.2 million square feet.
And there was a whole shitload of people, and nobody in there got hurt.
Nobody.
Not one.
Not one.
I mean, that's cool. I'm not
Like, that's great news. However,
Yeah.
this seems rather contrived.
I'm not advocating for anybody to actually get injured, other than maybe the shitbags that fucking pay these people minimum wage or whatever the hell they're paying them. But
It's not even minimum wage. But what's crazy to me is that it's $20,000 below. I ran the numbers.
Yeah, right.
It's $20,000 a year below what is required to live at the minimum in this town, in Ontario, California. So they're paying these people $20,000 deficit to work full time
Yeah.
to live there.
Yeah, and then since all of your medical is tied to whatever your job is, you're literally an indentured fucking
Servant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're a slave.
You're a slave.
Period.
Yeah. Because you're not making enough to live, so then
Yeah.
you need to get a second job, and then
Yeah, no, you don't have a choice.
You have a choice.
You have to work this job and
Yeah.
suck all their dicks, and
Yep.
Interesting.
So I, once after thinking about this a little bit more, I'm like, there's a lot of problems here.
Yeah, this sounds like some kind of fraud to me. The sprinklers should have come on. And in my aviation career, I also worked ARF, which is Airfield Rescue Firefighting. And the idea that, I think it was like 30 people or something, that 30 people got out and none of them had to be treated for smoke inhalation or anything. Like, nobody had any problems
injuries?
whatsoever escaping a completely burning, multi-million square foot building.
And you heard the sensors go off, so we know the alarms were working.
Yeah, I'm not saying it can't happen, and I'm not saying it's never happened before. It
seems pretty wild.
It's a little wild for me.
Yeah.
I think someone should have at least gotten sick. You should have had one guy puking from running,
Yeah.
some dude taking his 30-minute company shit that didn't know the place was burning down and,
something.
came out coughing.
Yeah. Or, once again, the sprinkler should have come on. Something should have happened. It's a paper.
Yeah, but so what? So, like, if this guy is, if this dude is if it's insurance fraud, is this guy, like, hired? Is he just a fall guy?
Absolutely.
Because I don't know, because I looked up the shit. How are you going to pay this dude? What are you going to do? Be like, hey, we'll give you $100,000 to be the fall guy, but you got to go to prison for 20.
For the rest of your life?
For 20, yeah, like this. So that's not going to work.
No, you're right.
But I feel like maybe they probably had the chance to shut this off or do something about it and maybe decided not to.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I don't know. So, I want to know what everyone else thinks. Do you
Yeah.
think it's real or fraud? Let us know. themetalhat0@gmail.com.
Yeah, I think it's a conspiracy.
I think it is too, actually. I think this might be a real one.
Yeah, just remember, everybody, the truth is out there.
The truth is out there.